Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
All right, and we're back. My name is Bill, coming out the white corner, and I'm ready to fight.
And my name is Barry, coming out the black quarter, and I'm ready to fight.
All right, I want a good, clean fight. Let's get it on.
All right, welcome to Anna's Corner, where we settle the score once and for all on who's the best. That includes best movies, best TV shows, best music, best anything, basically. This week, what are we talking about, Bill?
All right, this week we are doing an album review. We are reviewing one of those classics. So today we have Purple Rain. We are going to review Purple Rain soundtrack.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
For starters, this is a classic monumental album, but for the individuals that don't know some of the highlights, give us some crowning achievements and list some accolades, Bill.
All right, so this album was number one on Billboard's top 200 chart for 24 weeks. As you guys know, there are 52 weeks in a year, so he's on there for 24 of them. Album stayed for a total of 122 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart. Rolling Stone has Purple Rain ranked number 2 on its list of the 100 best albums of the 1980s. Mm-hmm. Number 8 on its list of the 500 greatest albums of all time, and number 2 on the 25 greatest soundtracks of all time. It won 2 Grammys, which should have won more, but anyway. Best rock vocal performance by a duo or group with vocal, and best score soundtrack for visual media. It won an Academy Award for best original song score, and it has 25 million record sales to date.
That's a lot of accolades, man.
A lot of accolades.
Memories from the album. Let's just jump into it. Just some, this is tied to the movie, obviously, but just share some of your thoughts on memories of the album, Bill.
I mean, you can't mention the soundtrack without mentioning the movie. Mm-hmm. They're synonymous with each other. And I think Purple Rain, the soundtrack, has even kind of, it may be a little higher than the actual movie is. So they probably have a little separation where the Purple Rain soundtrack is a little higher than the actual movie is. Mm-hmm. But man, 9 songs and all flame.
Yeah, and speaking of the 9 songs, so tied to the movie, some of my biggest memories is this was like not my introduction to Prince. I just never, as a youngin', and I'm saying youngin', I was in like middle school. I just never was into Prince like that. We had a house where you got to pick one. It's Michael Jackson or Prince, and it couldn't be both. But then VH1 used to show Purple Rain all the time. Yep. And I'm like, the purple dude on the motorcycle, that looks lame. And then I watched the movie. I was like, this is actually decent. This is pretty funny. And the music's pretty good. So this was like the movie that made me go out and check out his catalog. One of my biggest memories is, you mentioned 9 songs that are all fire. I just always remember the songs that were left off the album. Sometimes I always forget. Bill always has to give me a reminder. That's not on the soundtrack. That's not on the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Just a couple of songs that are on the soundtrack. I'm missing a few, but I have some listed down. Jungle Love, Father Song, Sex Shooter, The Bird, God, and Modern Air. So they left a lot of meat on the bone. But I guess let's go track by track and give 2 cents on how we feel about the music.
All right. Started with song number 1, the song that introduces us to the album. We got Let's Go Crazy, Prince and the Revolution. Guys, I can read off a couple of accolades. Number 1 Hot 100 on the US dance club song, hot R&B hip hop song. So 2 number 1s. Yeah. Man, what a way to open up the soundtrack. I mean, that good rock sound, man. And one thing about this album, you can't put it in a category because
you can't put Prince in a category.
Yeah, you can't put Prince in a category. And this shows it.
You mentioned rock. I mean, I think of rock, I think of funk, I think of the lyrics, I think of pop Prince when I hear this song. I think of musicianship, because this shows you he's a musician. Like he's really playing a rock song. And this may be my favorite song on the album. Every every time it changes, but this is the song that throughout my history with my experience with this album, I've gravitated to this song the most. I used to, listen to this heavy in college when I got my when iPods were all the rage and they were just coming out. This was one of my top, it was on my top 25 playlist. So it just shows you that I played this song out. But I love it. Love the song. And it's also one of my favorite scenes in the movie. So let's go crazy.
Yeah. All right. So we got number 2, Take Me With You, Prince. Again, Prince and the Revolution. This song actually is with Apollonia. And it actually, again, give me some notes on here. It was originally intended for the Apollonia 6th album. It was number 40 on the Hot Black Singles, number 25 on the top 40.
Yeah, and then also when you're giving out accolades, I don't know if you have it written down with you, make sure you show production credits and writing credits, because a lot of people, I just want them to understand Prince, even if it's even when it's songs that's not him, he's writing the music, he's producing the music and everything. So Take Me With You. It's a solid song. It's just because of this particular album, it's the middle of the pack. I typically like this song more for the lyrics. Prince has a way of like giving you like nursery rhyme lyrics sometimes. That's why I said that pop version of Prince, where it's like easy, and I remember being introduced to this as I was introduced to this prior to liking Prince, and it was just one of those songs where it sounds like a nursery rhyme, where it's easy for you to catch the melody and the hook. So I've always appreciated him for that pop appeal, where it's like the lyrics are strong, but they're easy enough for a child to understand it.
Yeah.
So
and it's a good it's actually a good change of pace coming from the Let's Go Crazy song. It's a big change of pace.
Yes. And this is when they used to actually show a lot of effort into like the arrangement of the album. Like, because you're mentioning change of pace, but even between 2 and 3, when you listen into the beats, it flows perfectly. If you listen to this album straight through, and we'll get into track 3, but I the way this album's arranged, like the beats tend to tie in together. Once again, change of pace, because number 1, it goes so heavy, but then after that, you got that 80s sound with Take Me With You, and then it just keeps going off on the beautiful ones as well. But my bad, go ahead.
Are we good? He just segue, we're right into number 3, Beautiful Ones. Again, Prince and Revolution. Actually, the song was written about vanity. So it was written about vanity.
I think she actually I may be messing up, because I wasn't she considered for this movie?
I don't know.
All right, cool, but go ahead.
But it was written about vanity in real life. However, it was written in the movie when Apollonia was with Morris Day, and Prince was trying to he's shooting his shot basically.
The beautiful ones, man, they always they always smash the picture. This, now I said over time, Let's Go Crazy, I've played it more, I've liked it more, I've loved it more, but today and more recently, maybe the last 3 years, Beautiful Ones has been my favorite song. It's one of my favorite Prince songs. It's a slow song, but the way that keyboard sound and the 80s, it sounds so 80s, but it sounds so modern at the same time. I love the poem at the in the middle. It's like I love the instrumental just as much as I love the actual song.
I'm playing it in my head right. That's why I'm bopping, because I'm playing the song. And again, if you go from number 1, and then you go to number 2 and then 3, it changes paces. You know what? And I got to look this up very, very quickly. But if you go to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, it starts with "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." What's song number 2?
Baby Be Mine. No, Baby Be Mine. Oh no, you're talking about Off the Wall. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right.
It's Rock With You. Yeah. All right, go to Thriller. What's the first song on Thriller?
Want to Be Starting Something. Then
what's the second song?
Baby Be Mine.
You see how that they give? Now I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Now I would have to go back and research some albums, but they give you that I'm gonna hit you in the face, but let me pull it back, and I'm gonna hit you back again. So
they were very intentional with the way they used to arrange albums back in the day for the listening experience. But love the song, beautiful one. That poem,
man, I just remember the piano like that.
Yeah, it's the best part of the song. And then this is to me, this is a fluid transition. This is like the one where you talk about changing pace, but beautiful ones in Computer Blue, a similar sound. And then I mean, I'll let you go first.
Yeah. So number 4, we got Computer Blue. Again, Prince the Revolution. It didn't win any awards or anything, nothing too serious about this song. I just put that it has heavy instrument. It's a heavy instrumental song, very heavy towards the end.
Yeah, I feel like he actually
middle
put
towards
this.
the end.
Yeah, I feel like if you were to ask Prince, this is more of a guilty pleasure song for him, as in he likes it because of his instrumentation on this song. I mean, it's because of the album that it's on. It's if you could call it a weaker song, that's only because it didn't get as much shine as the other ones in the movie. So yeah, like you said, it didn't win a lot of accolades because it's hard to pinpoint it movie wise, because this is more of a song for like musicians.
Definitely a musician song.
Yeah. And then 5, Darling Nikki.
Number 5, we got Darling Nikki. This one actually is just featuring Prince. This is stated to be the most sexual song on the album. And again, it's directed towards Apollonia when she decided to work with Morris Day. I just remember the scene. He's on stage. And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't she walk off?
Yeah.
When he's singing, because he's just he's going off.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but
I could be as well. I mean, I probably
she walked off. I haven't seen the movie in years, which
I haven't. The last time I
know.
seen it was 5 years in total. I've probably seen this movie less than 10 times. It's probably been like 7. Typically, I've listened to the music more than the actual movie.
So it lets me know I need to go back and watch the movie now. But if I'm not, I do remember him singing the song, and I believe he was rolling around on the ground and humping the floor. If this is the right song,
because the only other song I would think of if that happened would be Beautiful Ones, but I'm pretty sure it happened on Darling Nikki.
I think it was on Darling Nikki because again, it's the most sexual song. So he definitely was directing that song in the movie towards Apollonia. So.
And that's the beautiful part of this album. You get Prince is a diverse artist, but you get all versions of Prince in this 9-song package.
Definitely.
Yeah, you get the freaky Prince on this one.
You get a freaky Prince on that song. Number 6.
Next up, it's When Doves Cry. So I believe this is probably tied for the best song on the album from a pop culture appeal. It's tied to another song on this album. These are his. It's the
those
5.
are it. Those are it.
Yeah.
So we got When Doves Cry. Number 1 on the Hot 100, Hot R&B hip hop song, dance club songs. So 3 categories. He was number 1. He won an AMA for favorite Black single, and it is the number 37 song on the Rolling Stones top 500 songs of all time.
Now, remember what you just said, and if because when we get to number 9, I'm gonna ask how do they stack up against each other.
You'll see it.
From a classical perspective, I think from classics, they mirror each other. But I'm curious to see at the time which one was considered the more pop relevance. So but When Doves Cry. Video on point, the montage on point. It's an iconic staple when you're looking at Prince.
Yeah, his father, maybe I'm just like my mother, maybe I'm just like my father, man. The lyrics alone
tie in the movie well.
Golly, man, this man is I think it's unfortunate that for me, how music is today compared to how it was back then. We literally focus on instrumentation
instead of the actual lyrics.
No, and the lyrics.
Okay.
And the lyrics. We needed a mesh of both.
Yeah.
Because we had to hang on to your words.
Yeah.
a lot of words. And a lot of times when you're hearing certain things in comparison, in my opinion, to a lot of the music that is force fed to us today is totally different. We're listening, it's just a lot of just very quick and upfront. And, back in those days, the lyrics meant a lot. Yeah. If you go even from the 60s to the 50s to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even some of your 2000s, your lyrics meant a lot.
And this song, when you listen to the beat, the lyrics, there's a big contrast. Like when you hear the you kind of want to dance, but then when you actually sit down and listen to the song, I'm like, okay, he dropping some heavy background information in this song.
Yes.
And I think because I just remember the video always making notarized countdowns, and I'm like, why is this so high? Remember, I wasn't on Prince like that yet. And then when I saw the movie, I'm like, wow, he did an actual good job of explaining, the character in the movie with this lyrics. And it's a huge contrast because the beat makes you want to dance and it seems like it's popcorn. But when you listen to the heavy material, it's impressive.
And hold on, one more thing. I believe there was only one sample used. This only one song was sampled from the album? From When Doves Cry. Because a lot of people sample whatever. Prince does allow a lot of his sample music to be sampled. Genuine did a version of When Doves Cry.
Yeah. Oh, you meant that? Yeah,
his music being sampled for other people.
Okay.
He doesn't do that a lot. So
if he typically won't. If he respects you, he'll let you do a cover. But he wants the music to stay in its original arrangement.
But if you think about it, that was Genuine's first album. Mm-hmm. So was it Timbaland?
I think
what did he see in Timbaland and in Genuine to hear him go ahead and him allowing the green light? Go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and sample that. So
I think it could.
That's pretty interesting.
Somebody in that camp, because Timbaland is from the school of. Timbaland is kind of under Teddy Riley to a degree. He
came up on the Devontae.
Yeah, but like all of them are like kind of like they were all cool together. So I'm thinking maybe he got in a good word put in with Prince to where I think Timbaland probably could have got him that track. But who knows? That would be a story that they would have to tell.
Who knows?
Next up, I know you got some fun facts for the next track as well. You
already know this is my favorite song on the album. Mm-hmm. I Would Die For You. I Would Die For You. It's my favorite song on the album.
I'm tripping. It's the one that you gave me that fun fact about.
Yeah, I Would Die For You. It's only about 2 minutes long, 2.5 minutes long. And it was number 8. Oh, yeah, okay. It was number 8 on the Hot 100 song, number 11 on the R&B hip hop songs, and number 50 dance club songs. And it has been said that this actually is a spiritual song. I would die for you. I would die for you. So, we already know who died for us. If you're into spirituality and Christianity and so forth.
When you told me, I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, it fits. Because even 1999 has a lot of gospel inspiration, and I could see this as well. But that just shows you lyrics in the beat contrast. I wouldn't think about this as gospel, but Prince has a lot of gospel influence. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Prince is very, very spiritual. A lot of things that he has a lot of imagery. He has a lot of certain signs, spatial, a lot of signs, Ankh and all that in his I believe his guitar and just his symbols and all that. So he has a lot of spiritual things going on. And hey, man.
And if you don't, just once again, it's when I checked it out and it definitely fits after you told me the first time to where that's the rumor mill. But if you even read the lyrics, it matches up with what you're saying. So
and what happens with this song? Think about it. Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, Beautiful Ones, Computer Blue, Darling Nikki, When Doves Cry. What happens with I Would Die For You? RPMs go back up. The beats per minute go back up.
Yeah.
Because this is a fast song.
Yeah, but the lyrics stay the same. It's like the content
beats,
stays the same. Yeah.
Those beats per minute and shoot back up.
He about to speed up on the next one as well.
Yeah.
But, number 8, what we got?
Baby, I'm a Star.
Yeah.
I don't have there weren't any accolades or anything to go with the song. Cool song to me. It's a cool song. That's all I can say. It's just a cool song. I'm not going to say it's a filler for him because I don't think Prince puts filler. Anything that he does, it's intentional.
I do think it's intentional, and I do think this has this it has this audience. This like funky Prince, and I just remember when I was younger, a lot of people used to cover this on Star Search. I remember Mice to Men on Different World, The Boys. That when they were discovered, they covered this on Star Search.
Mice to Men.
Yeah, the boys.
The boys.
Yeah, but I love this song. Like I said, that funky sound, that's basically what eventually that sound that Bobby Brown, the Rick James, that new school funk era type beat. I believe Prince was the pioneer for that. I don't think he gets credit for it. But I love this song. I don't consider this filler. It's a strong song for me. But
he could be, but then Rick James could be the pioneer. So
yeah, you know what? Excuse me, Rick James, because Rick James actually Prince used to open for Rick James when they were on tour, and then Bobby Brown credits like Rick James for like that sound that he was going for on the Don't Be Cruel album. Next up.
Number 9, we're closing this album out, and what a way to close it out. Purple Rain. So here we're gonna go to our accolades. We have number 2 on the Hot 100, number 3 Hot R&B hip hop songs, number 1 Hot rock songs, number 18 Rolling Stones 500 greatest songs of all time. It's number 18.
Based off of what you're saying, it sounds like this probably experienced more accolades than When Doves Cry. Because at least apples to apples, it seemed like it ranked higher on Rolling Stones. And then for the top 100 charts, you didn't say how many weeks, but it sounds like it did it.
It didn't hit number 1 on the Hot 100. When Doves Cry did. When Doves Cry hit number 1 on the hot R&B hip hop songs, and Purple Rain was number 3. But they Purple got Rain this ranked number 18. So this 37. So
When Doves Cry was hotter at the time, and then Purple Rain caught up over time. Sounds about right. And they both were hot songs. They
were hot songs, and they're totally different. So
yeah,
I think what happened is, depending on who you ask, I think a group will say Purple Rain, a group will say When Doves Cry, and I think when you put the metrics and everything together, they may come out equal.
Even, yeah.
Yep, they may come out.
Because even me, it's hard to separate these songs. It's hard to rank them because
very
so
hard,
different.
Very hard to separate. Very hard to separate the songs.
Great way to close out the album as well. A great way to close out the movie. Iconic, and I believe it's tied for the best song on the movie next to When Doves Cry. And I believe that they're mutually paired.
Yeah, remember he performed Purple Rain at the Super Bowl, and it started to rain.
Raining. He's magical like that.
And the lights hit. It actually looked like it was purple rain. You can't plan it. These are iconic. This is another reason why this man is an icon. Like just that, because who knew it was going to rain? But
history just
you can't change this, man. This stuff is just, it is what it is. So
it's poetic. But let's start ranking these now. So actually, let's do biggest, most important, and favorite song. So we'll start off with the biggest song.
Our 2 biggest songs are When Doves Cry and Purple Rain. I don't think there's a separation between the 2.
I'm gonna push and I'm gonna agree. So I thought I was gonna cheat and actually put 2 songs, but I agree with you. Biggest songs, Purple Rain and When Doves Cry. What's the most important?
Those two.
All right, cool. I'm pushing and I'm putting Purple Rain and When Doves Cry.
It's those two.
Now favorite. This is where we get a chance for flexibility.
Yeah, now we get to go off kilter. Mine, obviously, I told you I would die for you.
I'll die for you,
and
I
just can't. I can't.
I'm putting Let's Go Crazy only because, like I said, over time that's been traditionally my favorite one, and I feel like my favorite will probably change every couple years, but I always end up gravitating back towards Let's Go Crazy. It's always
okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that because it's a great song.
I'm being real with you. I'm looking at the whole album. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised. It's 9 songs on the album, and if somebody were to tell me that their favorite song is 7 out of these 9, I wouldn't be surprised at anything. Like, it's just that tough of an album. Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, any positives, negatives that you want to share?
Positives. We were blessed with the greatest soundtrack of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He didn't stay in one genre. He hit you with every genre that he can hit you with. Only thing I probably didn't hear was classical music or jazz, but I'm sure he pulled from it. He pulled chords. He definitely pulled chords in runs and changes from those 2 genres. So, man, positives, negatives.
Let me get my positives out the way.
Go ahead,
first.
Get your positives.
Yeah. Positives. 80s was just a good decade for me. I just feel like you moved this into a different 80s is a strong decade because it made number 2 on one of those lists that you mentioned at the beginning, and I'm pretty sure Thriller was the most iconic album of that decade, and it's second to that. But when you have this, what is this? 85? 85 or 84?
Yeah.
Okay.
80, yeah.
85?
It is. Hold on 85. 1 second.
It's 85 or
84. 84.
Okay, there we all right, cool. 84.
84.
It's just, I'm like, to be blessed with that amount of music around that time frame is just awesome. It's solid. Once again, it's like it for a soundtrack to double as a personal best for you, because I feel like this is his quintessential album almost. You could argue between 3 albums, but I feel like, okay, this may be your iconic, this may be your opus, and it's a soundtrack. Typically people take a break when it comes to soundtrack, and he went hard.
This is, to me, in my opinion, this is his Thriller.
Yeah, I agree, because I was gonna bring that up next, because it's debatable for some folks. I think they have 1999, Sign of the Times, and then this. For me, I consider this his Thriller.
I consider this his Thriller.
Yeah, but
because of when you look at the music that he gave you, you look at the production, you look at the accolades, you look at what it did for music as a whole. You put everything and you wrap everything in it, not just, you take away Purple Rain, you take away music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thriller, you can't take Thriller away, because if you take Thriller away, you change the aspect of music, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson is his Thriller album, Prince his Purple Rain album.
Yeah. Now, speaking of negatives, I mean, I feel like this is a classic for a reason. I don't know if there's a negative. I mean, you could argue, how come all the songs aren't on the album? But I believe 9, we talk about all the time. 9 is that sweet spot for, like, you didn't want to overload the consumer to where you try to keep it close to 10 songs.
Well, that, and also this is his actual personal album.
Yeah.
So
you can't be breaking new artists. And also he was produced. Go ahead.
Not only produce other songs or whatever, but it's his personal album. And if it's my personal album, if I play the Jungle Love, that's not me.
You talk to some of those dudes from Jungle Love. I know more. I saw Morris Day interview where he was like, he wanted to be on the album, but he thought Prince was being savvy with the way the publishing was working. But I think, like you said, I think Prince was looking at this.
This is my album.
This is my album.
It's an album. Yeah.
I'm using the movie to catapult y'all, consider it breaking y'all music, but no, this is my album.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any negatives for this album.
Nothing negative to say. All right. So you know how we do our percentage, our stars, or whatever we're gonna see.
How you want to do this? You want to do 5-star ranking?
5-star.
One being the lowest, 5 being the best.
Yes,
how does this album rank?
1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. No, it's a 5.
It's a 5. I mean, when you
it's
look
not
at
even.
it,
Yeah.
We talk about this album years after the fact, and it's one of the best albums of all time, to where it has no choice but to be a 5. I totally agree. However, go ahead.
And if you guys go and check out one of our other episodes, which we talked about our top 10 soundtracks of all time, you will see where we ranked this album. Well, in our top 10. It could be 1, it could be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to our YouTube channel and in its corner and find that top 10 soundtracks of all time, give us a listen.
And now it's actually time for us to listen a little bit. I mean, I heard your opinions, Bill. We typically agree. I want to hear some disagreements out there. So what about if somebody has something to say about the way we talked about this music? Maybe some people feel this isn't a classic album. Maybe some people would disagree that this isn't his most iconic album or his opus.
Yeah.
How will we find that out?
Hey, y'all know what to do. Go down to that comment section that we call My 2 Cents and leave your 2 cents. Let us know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you feel that this is his opus? Do you feel that this is his thriller or not? What is your favorite song on the album? What is the most important song on the album? Let us know. Y'all typically do a great job with leaving your comments. So we want to see what you guys want to. We want to see what you guys say about this album.
Cool. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
And what's another way they could show support, Bill?
Hey, like, comment, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so that when we upload any new episodes, you will get that notification. Also, please share our content with other people, because you know what? They may like it as well. So please just do us a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share our videos.
All right. Outside of that, that's all we got. Peace.
Peace.